Hello, my name is Kurt Rice, VP of Technical Services with Interprise Solutions. In this video in the Interprise Installations series, we're going to cover the installation of the Interprise Suite Smart Client application. For those of you that watched my previous video, we installed all the prerequisites including SQL Server and IIS. I'm going to go ahead and install the application by launching the application installation wizard, which is downloadable from our Interprise Solutions website. All you need to do is create an account at www.enterprisesolutions.com and look under My Downloads, and you'll find the download file waiting for you. I'll click on Next. I will accept the license agreement. I encourage you all to read the license agreement, as this is what you are acknowledging when you click the Accept button. And let's talk about each of these components individually here. Our first item is the client component. This is the Smart Client application itself. This is used for installing on each client machine, and it is a required server component. The server components will install both sample databases and a template database that will be used for creating a new company database. So if you plan on creating a new company database, you will want to install the server components as well. The web service component, we'll go ahead and choose to enable this feature. As we see here, this will install your Smart Client application when properly configured to connect up to your Interprise database remotely over the internet. I'm going to install this particular web service component and show you the directory structure that gets created when we install this, and the web service component itself within IIS. I'll go ahead and click on Next. It's asking me to choose an existing installation of SQL Server, or I can create a new instance of SQL Server Express Edition, the 2005 Express Edition, if I choose to do so. And I may choose not to install any SQL Server instance. You would use this option right here if you had a LAN environment and your Smart Client was going to connect directly up over LAN to a SQL Server. You would use this installation if you're going to be installing Interprise on a small business server, for instance, or on a desktop for testing. You would use an existing installation of SQL Server if you already have a SQL Server on your machine or on a LAN. In this case, in my first installation video, we had installed it to the local machine with the SQL Express instance. I'll choose Next. And it's asking now for the SQL Server instance name. I'll choose SQL Express, and as I had mentioned in my previous video, I like to use login authentication of type Use Windows Authentication. It's easier and straightforward to use. Now it asks me to choose the default website, the IIS website. In this case, when I installed IIS on this server, it created a website called Default Website. And I will choose Next for the installation, the default installation path. Choose Next and choose Next one more time, and the components will start installing. The speed of installation is really dependent on the components that you chose to install, and the speed of your disk, the speed of your computer overall. We'll show you when we're done here. We'll have 3 core applications installed: the Interprise Suite application, the Database Management Console used for registering your software and upgrading it to future versions or upgrading previous versions to the current release we're installing now, and also the Application Configuration Tool, which we will use to validate the web service configuration. We'll also have the latest release notes and user guides in PDF format installed in the default directory. Okay, now that our application is done installing, we can see that we've got 3 new icons to the desktop. We have the Interprise Application Configuration tool. We'll use that to modify any web config and app config files. We have the Database Management Console, sometimes called the DBMC. That's used for upgrading databases, for running scripts as necessary, and for registering software you're licensing against your company database. And we also can see that the Interprise Suite application is installed on the desktop. I'm going to go ahead and allow Interprise Suite to run when I click on the Finish button. And let's take a look at the configuration as it's given to us. By default, this should run out of the box. I can see that the Demo US company and the Demo UK company are installed for me. I can see that they're installed on my local instance of SQL Express. They're pointing to the ISSI Demo US database using Windows authentication. I can click on the ellipsis button and change these options if I need to. I'll click on Test Connection. I could see the test connection has succeeded. I could also test right from the line itself. I will log in as guest with the password of guest by default and choose Sign In. This opens up the application in LAN mode. I can see down the bottom right I'm connected through LAN using 5.4.1. From here I can go ahead and click through the application, follow any of the user guides found within Windows Explorer. I'll show you where to find those as well. If you use the default installation path, you can go to Program Files, Enterprise Solutions, Enterprise Suite, and I will sort by type, look for the PDF files, and we'll see that we have the Configuration Tool Guide, Management Console User Guide, the configuration for the Email Service Manager, the Interprise Suite Customization Guide, Getting Started Guide, Setup Guide, and the Release Notes. I also see that there's an IS Users Guide supplied for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful. The next video in the series will show us how to do advanced configurations with Interprise Suite. Thank you, and bye for now.